This is Thoughtful Salt, and today we are going over the UMP-45. The UMP-45 is a personal defense weapon available to every class in the game. It is unlocked at level 16 and comes with two weapon camos, the navy blue camo and the Berkut camo, which is unlocked when completing the challenge UMP Specialist, which requires getting 50 kills with this gun in every class. It fires at 600 rounds per minute, and its bullet velocity is on the slow side at 320 meters a second. It causes 34 damage up to 8 meters, and from there drops linearly to 12.5 damage at 40 meters. What this means for you is that it will drop people in 3 shots at close range and 8 shots at long range, provided you hit them in center mass. Headshots will lower the amount of bullets it takes to kill to 2 and 4 shots respectively. It also has a 25 round magazine, plus 1 in the chamber. The UMP-45 is a very deliberate weapon. Its slow rate of fire is more of a hindrance than you'd think, even with its ability to drop in 3 shots. Almost any gun that fires above 800 RPM, i.e. almost every single gun in the Assault and Engineer class, can outperform the UMP-45 at close range, and its hipfire performance is less than stellar. It being a PDW, it will also be consistently outperformed at medium to long range by assault rifles and carbines. Thankfully, however, its low recoil and generous bullet spread means that it is far easier to control at medium ranges than most of the other PDWs. It also has a long reload time when empty, so take care not to go completely through the magazine, as the reload can get you killed within the effective combat range of this weapon. As a result, it pays to be more tactical with this gun, as running blindly around corners and going up against high RPM weapons will only net you pain. Adopt a more defensive approach. Use pillars and walls to pop in and out of cover near high traffic zones and lay down sustained fire. You'll have a great deal of success with this tactic. Since the gun is severely deficient in close quarters combat, consider taking a machine pistol such as the 93R or G18 into buildings and areas where close combat is expected. The high power of the 44 Magnum and MP412 Rex can also be effective backups where needed. Use the UMP to cover medium range and your sidearm to negate your close range weaknesses, and you will have a dominant close to medium range setup. Now for attachments. In the first weapon slot, you have a large choice of scopes available for the UMP-45. The regular iron sights provide a clear and open sight picture, but become obscured quickly by your weapon's flash. They are perfectly usable, but it is better to use one of the available sights to enhance your precision. In this regard, the reflex sight is one of the better options available, as its clear sight picture is nearly unparalleled, and since it is just a single red dot, it will rarely obscure your target. However, there is one sight that proves far superior. Because of the bullet spread of PDWs, the holographic sight could actually be a far better sight for accuracy, as it allows you to more accurately gauge the impact bullet spread will have on your target. And since the UMP is not a weapon of precision, the holographic becomes the clear choice. As for the other scopes, the PKA 3.4 sight is usable, but it hinders your peripheral vision. It does perform rather well at medium ranges, and the triangle in the center provides a clear indication of your target. The M412 3.4 scope is a rather clumsy and cumbersome scope for medium range combat. The black sights used in the scope can make it hard to acquire your target in dark areas. But since it requires more precision than the UMP can bring to bear, I advise you avoid it. The ACOG sight is terrible. Don't use it. The increased zoom destroys your peripheral vision, and the recoil becomes nearly unmanageable. I found myself relying far more on my sidearm than necessary. Avoid the ACOG sight at all costs. The infrared scope also proves to be useful on maps which take place at night, as the red glare of the holographic and reflex can obscure a target, though it's not too much of an issue. The INRV scope's distinctive visuals also serve as a good indicator of your effective range. If you can't see your target in the infrared scope, it's not a battle you can win with the UMP-45. The Cobra red dot sight is normally more effective for longer range weapons, but it is serviceable if you prefer it, and the PKAS holo sight is a normal holographic sight with a slightly bigger housing for the sight. While rather large and taking up valuable screen real estate, the holo sight is more than usable for this weapon. To maximize your effectiveness with the UMP-45, choose either the reflex or the holographic sight. In the second weapon slot, you have two choices. One attachment to avoid is the laser sight, as the low rate of fire and merely average hipfire performance means that relying on the laser sight to save you in a close quarters firefight is pointless. You will get far more reliable performance aiming down the sight or from your machine pistol sidearms in situations where the laser sight will be effective on other guns. The tactical light is a worthy attachment. As the UMP-45 is limited to close to medium range engagements anyways, it helps to blind the enemy and cause them to miss crucial shots, allowing you to complete the kill. It can also effectively blind a whole hallway full of opponents, lowering their combat effectiveness. Of course, you can also turn off the tactical light by pressing up on the D-pad if stealth is a concern. All in all, choose the tactical light. And finally, in the third slot, you have two choices. The suppressor severely inhibits your performance, as the damage drop stops and ends faster than normal. This means that many of your targets will have an even better chance to outperform you at a distance, limiting your effective range even further. Avoid it at all costs. The flash suppressor will help you manage your vertical recoil even further, while inhibiting your hipfire performance. It's a balanced attachment, and since it is the only other choice besides the naked gun, it is the clear frontrunner. Out of the 4 classes you can equip it on, the Assault and Engineer class already have a wide selection of top tier weaponry that can cover all ranges, so the UMP-45 is rarely seen among those classes. The Recon class with the tugs and MAV motion sensors can use it effectively in urban combat situations, as information about where your enemy is coming from allows the Recon class to lock down an area with this weapon. The class that benefits the most from the UMP-45, however, is the Support class. The UMP-45 allows this class to get into the fight without being weighed down by the more cumbersome light machine guns. It is this mobility, as well as the similar damage ratings, that allow the Support class to easily transition from machine gunner to assault. Stick with your teammates and hold the line. This is the kind of fight that the UMP-45 was made for. The UMP-45 is a weapon that supports a more balanced, tactical approach. Its high power but poor range and fire rate lock it into a medium range role from the start. It is still a very effective weapon when used right, and remains one of the more popular guns post-patch. This weapon comes highly recommended, and I would say give it a go. It can be a frustrating weapon to use, but, like the sniper rifles and light machine guns, it is a high risk, high reward weapon. Thank you for watching. If you have any constructive criticism or would like to say hello, leave a comment below. Until next time.